Hey guys, it's the Hero Panel Podcast presents, and today we are here with our good friend Zachary Ruiz. Zach, how you doing, man?
Doing great. How y'all doing?
It is a Friday morning. I forgot to eat yesterday, so I just had a quick sandwich, and now I'm feeling much better.
There you go, rejuvenated.
Running off caffeine right now.
Yeah.
But I'm here for it.
But it's going to be a good day.
There you go.
It is.
It's going to be a good day.
It's going to be a good day. You know, we always talk about how excited we are for all of these like fun movies and comics that are coming out. The Odyssey is out this weekend.
Exploding onto the big screen.
Yes, or a small screen,
or your phone.
or your phone,
or on an airplane, whatever you decide.
As Christopher Nolan intended.
There you go.
So let's talk a little bit about you, sir.
You are the spotlighted Hero Panel Spotlight presents.
As always, no.
Yeah, exactly. This is the new host.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm just taking over.
He's taking over for us for now.
Yeah. But yeah, tell us a little bit about, you know, I guess where you're from and what you do, and then
kind of how you got into comics a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, my name is Zachary. You could catch me on Instagram at Zachary_Reads. I do haul videos of like signatures, remarks I go to get at certain conventions. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. I am a adult education teacher. And on my free time, I spend a lot of money on paper.
There you go.
And have a lot of fun doing it and meeting really cool people at your local LCS.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very neat.
Where do you teach?
I teach actually down the way. So I stay up in Long Beach.
Okay.
But the reason I started coming to the Comic Bug, which I love the Comic Bug so much, it's really close to my job. It's like in between. I teach right here in Inglewood. So
oh, cool.
Yeah, not too far.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And now it's summer break. So.
Yes. So I get to breathe and do podcasts.
There you go.
Yes.
You jumping right from the frying pan into the fire with that one, I
There
think.
you go.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Yes. So you live in Long Beach.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
I didn't know that. So when you're driving out to the Comic Bug, you are out here. He's creeping around. I'm like,
It's Anthony.
Every time.
Anthony's creeping around.
Hi, Anthony.
Hi, Anthony.
Try not to be try not to be creepy.
Just saw movement over there, and I was like, "What in the world?"
No, I was going to just say, you know, you come to the Comic Bug, you've been a regular here for a long time.
Yeah.
You pick up your books. Like, what, in your opinion, like, what was the story or the book or the experience with these sort of comic book or comic book heroes that, like, you're like, no, this is my thing. I'm in this world now. Like, this is what I want to pursue.
Yeah, so my go-to thing always is like I knew who the X-Men were before I knew what numbers were.
There you go.
I have my older brother, rest in peace. He was just a huge influence on me. So I remember we had like the Sega Genesis game, and I was playing like characters I didn't even know their names, and they come out to be like Gambit, Wolverine, and Nightcrawler, and I was like,
I know these guys.
Yeah, and then just like the 90s, growing up in the 90s, having just that art where like even muscles have muscles, you know, reminiscent of like Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld.
Yes. We just
the pouches.
Yeah, the pouches.
pecs.
Yeah, shout outs to Bishop.
Oh, yeah.
and Cable. Yeah, just random pouches just for the sake of like, I wonder what they're holding in there.
We literally, that was part of what we talked about literally last episode. It's got,
we said we wanted to do a segment where it's like empty your pouches.
Yeah.
Just put all the things you have.
It'll take about an hour.
I do think it's like tea packets. I think it's a little bit of like herbal like remedies and
you know, not to get us too off track, but what I like about Matt Fraction's Batman run is it dives into what's in his
utility belt. Let's go through these things that he's using in these stories.
Yeah,
not
that's
just
cool.
Decorations.
But knowing the X-Men before you know your letters and numbers, that's pretty intense, man.
Yeah.
So you're like old OG right there, X-Men fan.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. I feel like the X-Men are just like a great entry point.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of X-Men lore. It could be pretty crazy. So it's actually, maybe it's not a great entry point in terms of like, you know, just like picking up a random issue from the 90s.
Right. Well, I was thinking about this too. Like when I was remembering how it felt like to get into comics and stuff when I was a kid and like just thinking about Batman and the X-Men and Spider-Man, and what got me interested was not that I knew everything or that I could get, but it was a mystery. It was like, who are those people? They're so bright, they're so colorful, they're so flashy, they look so cool. Like Batman's aura, like the animated series, when he comes out, and the lightning strikes and his capes there. Who is this guy?
Who is that?
So I think that makes a good point because a lot of people don't start at comic books.
No.
Right? We get introduced to these characters through like maybe seeing a T-shirt, right?
Right.
Maybe seeing like just a TV show or a movie, and they're like, man, I'm really interested in these characters. I want to dive more into
Yeah,
it. So it's that spark of curiosity.
Exactly. And it makes you like, that's the joy of, whoa, I found like the ultimate guide to Batman. I'm going to read everything. And then you read it and you're like, oh, I know nothing. Like there's so much more that it's referencing like this book. And now I want to go back and read this book and this book. And it's this like, spiral of knowledge that you dive into when you get into this stuff.
My older brothers had Marvel action figures. They had a lot of action figures. He-Man, all
Action
sorts of
figures,
stuff.
another
I didn't know
thing.
any of these characters, but at one point I inherited a figure of Forge.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had no idea who he was for years.
Yeah. Robot Arm Man.
I was like Robot Arm Man, and I was like, I guess he's an X-Men because he had a little X on his belt. But for a long time,
Did you ever experience one of those things where like you heard false information about a character or like who a character was and you just thought that was true for years until you found out like, oh man, that's not what that character was at all.
Something like that. So I remember when people were telling me like, oh, Cable, that's Scott's son. And I was like, well, he has gray hair and Cyclops has brown hair. So how is he his son? That doesn't make sense. And then I was like, oh,
That's
okay,
crazy.
time travel. And it's like, okay, like it makes comic book sense.
Yes.
it makes comic book sense. Which
There's real sense and there's comic book sense.
yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah. Somebody was sent me a video today where it was like listing off all the things about the MCU and like getting ready for Doomsday, and it was like they're going to a world where Professor Xavier is not the Professor Xavier that died in a multiversal Professor Xavier that died at the Council of Reeds, who's a family of like Fantastic Four, but not that Reed. And like as he was explaining it, the joke was it's supposed to be so complicated and convoluted, and I'm just there going,
I get it.
that's
Yeah.
That's just comics, man.
Yeah, there's a certain threshold you get into your comic book career where suddenly it all makes sense.
Yeah,
the time travel, the multiverse.
You just kind of go with it.
Just locks in.
Yep.
You're like, oh no, I know what this is. Someone will try to describe to me like a project or a movie or a book outside of the world of comics, and they'll be like, and it has this
really
time
crazy
travel
thing.
Yeah, it has
It's
this time
like-
travel element in it where something's, and I'm just like, tell me about it.
Yeah, right.
I feel like just like that's like a go-to like Deus Ex Machina.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they time traveled.
They time traveled.
Oh, God, then that makes perfect sense.
Every time. My favorite time travel like thing is when it has super immediate and severe consequences. Like that should not be a thing that just fixes your problem. Time
Right.
travel is a horrible idea. That's actually one of the main rules of my family, and I've taught my daughter this since she was 2 years
time
old.
traveling?
No time traveling.
No time
If
traveling.
you ever get the opportunity to time travel, you say no.
Yeah.
Negative.
And a good early lesson for time traveling. Well, it wasn't quite time, but the butterfly effect. You remember
Oh,
Ashton
yeah.
Kutcher? That was one of the first movies where
a
I was
good
like, don't
movie.
try to go
Don't
back and fix the thing.
things.
Yeah,
Just don't.
shoot it along.
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint. Don't.
Or click.
Click, yeah.
That movie broke
So many
my heart.
examples. Just let things be.
Yeah, just you know what? It is what it is. Fix it in the future.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Focus on the
Start
present.
now.
Yeah,
Start
start
now.
Yeah.
See, look at yourself today in the mirror and see what you can
Forward thinking, everyone. Forward thinking. But anyway, time travel is a big thing. But you brought some books here today to talk about. Give us like a little rundown of maybe your thought process before you brought in, like kind of what you brought in, or maybe like.
So I think since you bring up time travel, I know I have a cardboard so they can't see anything.
We don't know what he brought in.
I'm very like OCD, and I was like, I don't want my books to get sun faded, or color fading. So okay, talking about time travel, if you could time travel, how many copies of this book would you buy off the stand? Honestly, if you could time travel, how many copies would you buy? I'd probably do 2.
I'd probably get around 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah,
2 or
3
at least.
Because I have mine.
I got the variants.
You got the variants.
Got some variants from it. Yeah.
I just had to ask you guys, okay, being comic book, working at a comic book store,
Yeah.
how many boxes of these do you have in the back? Just be honest. Just be honest with the people.
Not as much as you would think.
of number 1A cover. No,
Yeah.
that got sold. That got sold.
Yeah, but I think I had to bring this book because I feel like it's brought such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
And a wave of new readers,
Yeah.
like people that haven't read a comic book in their life, are coming in here and being like, I heard about Absolute Batman. I gotta give it a shot.
It's the best. It's the best feeling having like someone new come into the shop and they're just getting into comics and they want to talk Absolute. You're like, oh,
Cool.
it's right this way, especially because we're stocked.
Yeah.
We have the trade paperbacks, the hardcovers, the single issues. I'm pretty sure we have you could pick up all the single issues.
Yep. I think we have reprints of everything. I mean, they're on their like what 12th, 13th, 15th printing of Absolute Batman. Like, come on.
And you guys are strategic. They're right by the door.
Yeah.
It's the first thing you see, right? And that's a great thing. It's like you were saying, like it brings in those new readers.
Mm-hmm.
It does, and there's no signs of that Absolute train stopping. Green Arrow just got Absolute Green Arrow has just been extended. 12 issues.
12 issues. Martian Manhunter did the same thing, and that was awesome. I love Absolute Martian Manhunter. Dennis Camp can,
it's over.
And it's over. But it was beautiful. But if Green Arrow gets the same kind of love and has that same kind of stick the landing, I'm down.
Right, and we don't know. I think that this episode's probably going to be dropping after the fact, but this weekend we have tomorrow our signing with Pornsack.
I'm very excited for
and
that.
Raphael
Albuquerque.
Yep,
right.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna try to pull out the podcast card to get in the front of the line.
There you go. Hey, I was
like,
just
you remember
on.
Me from yesterday?
I was just on the Hero Panel podcast.
Yeah, off the record. Are we all there?
I'm coming.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I'm coming for sure.
What's crazy is like
why does that have to be off the record?
Well,
I want it on the record.
On the record, I'm going to be there.
Just in case someone has an embarrassing excuse on why they can't make it.
Oh, no.
I didn't want to put you on. No, I'm just kidding.
I got parasitic diarrhea.
Oh, no. I had Taco Bell. No.
Yeah,
I think Taco Bell's safe, actually. More safe than...
No, Taco Bell's actually under scrutiny right now because they have like a diarrhea-inducing like bacteria that's in all the lettuce and the tomatoes.
That's fun.
That's so unfortunate.
I was confused because I thought that
was just normal. That's kind of why I go. Yeah.
This isn't news.
Whenever I need to do a detox, I go to Taco Bell.
Just wash it all out,
and I get everything I need there.
Yep.
What's funny about the signing with Pornsack is a couple of years ago on Free Comic Book Day, he was just like on a booth signing The Good Asian.
Yeah.
And like no one was really talking to him there. He was just like hanging out.
Yep.
And it's cool just to see that, like, shout out
Boom.
Pornsack, like he just blew up on the scene and he's been writing amazing books.
Well, when you're working hard and you're talented, I mean, you're working on honing your craft like he is. You're going to get recognition.
Yeah, exactly.
Just keep pushing forward, guys.
Rise and grind.
Yep.
Make your stuff. And so,
but yes, this is awesome. I want to ask your opinion on something, Zachary, though.
Go ahead.
The Absolute Batman phenomenon. I think it has two main viewpoints. You have people that have never read comics before in their life getting really into this series, and you have long-time comic book readers what do you think is like the main draw for both of those things? Like, what is the draw for someone who has never read a comic book? Why are they getting into Batman? And then what do you think has kept longtime readers because longtime readers, are notoriously they'll pick up an Elseworlds book, but it's not the same as like mainline continuity.
Right.
So why are longtime readers, do you think, staying with this story as long as they have?
I think that's a really good question, and that's probably because it is a perfect mixture. You have the origin, you have the characters who you already know, you love. Yeah, you may get a different rendition of that character, but like the base foundation information of it. But also, I think as much as Snyder gets praised for it, I also have to give a lot of praise to Dragotta because his art is very
so dynamic,
manga based, and that's bringing in a whole new group of like younger readers who I remember I used to teach at an elementary before I taught adults, and you would catch people sitting down under the shade reading a manga, not a comic book, but a manga. And I'm like, at least they're reading. That's cool.
Manga's
and I
huge.
think this book has just infused it so well. And you see
that's a good point.
I actually hadn't thought about that, but that's a really good point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think maybe that was like part of the incentive to adapt it into a TV series as well.
I'm very
just that animation style.
I mean, and then you look the pipeline to Absolute Batman into Absolute Wonder Woman. I think it's really cool too because like you get like, oh, I love Absolute Batman, and like, what's next? And I always like Absolute Wonder Woman. If you like anime and you like sort of that Greek mythology, I mean, she's swinging a guts, berserker sword around.
Shout
like
out
she's
to Kelly Thompson.
Thompson, all that, right? The creative team for Absolute Wonder Woman, which is my actual favorite of the Absolute titles. I love that one so much, but like you said, it has those anime influences, and then manga influences, which is really cool.
I love that Absolute Wonder Woman is one of the top selling of the Absolute series. It's knocking out the park. I'm reading Kelly Thompson's Kate Bishop Hawkeye run, and it's so good.
It's so good.
The whole story takes place in Venice Beach.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's dope. Yeah, really, really cool. But we got some more books too.
Yeah, let's go through. Absolute Batman is a great start, though.
Also, fun little story for this one. I won this on a giveaway.
Oh, did you really?
So I skipped. I skipped out on it, bro. I was like, how many times do we get a new Batman series?
Oh, so many.
I was like,
Batman.
You know what? I'm gonna pass on it. I'm originally an X-Men guy. I was born and raised, but I won it on a giveaway, and I was like, okay, I might as well add it to my pool list. There's nothing wrong with having a complete series. Let alone, come to find out, this would be probably one of the biggest ongoing series of this decade.
Yep.
Shout outs to whoever I won it from.
Right.
Thank you.
People have been like, you're a comic book reader. Do you think that this is gonna do you think it's gonna fizzle out? Do you think it's gonna I'm like, even if it does, even if the next 10 books suck the worst book ever, it has already had 2 of the strongest arcs in like comic book history. As far as sales, as far as public reception, it has already cemented itself as a staple.
It has a legacy now.
It's going to have a legacy.
It's going to have a legacy, and something that this Absolute Universe has taught us and taught publishers and writers is that they can make things like this.
Yeah.
And to take those chances on a new storytelling. You can take familiar characters and still make them feel fresh and give them a whole new life.
Correct. Yeah. So what's next?
Yeah.
What we got?
Let's get to it. So, again, born and raised the X-Men guy.
Oh,
this
man.
is my lowest number X-Men. I don't know if I said that correctly, but this is X-Men 14.
Yep. 14.
First appearance of the Sentinels.
Oh, man.
So, again, born and raised X-Men. That's my cup of tea.
This is awesome.
I really hope Marvel comes back in regards to storytelling soon, but I'll still get some cover buys in every now and then. But, yes, this is one of my favorite books. I mean, the thing about the Sentinels is they're never gonna die.
No,
like you'll have a character, you can just rebuild them. Like you were talking about books fizzling out, and like a book will get expensive when a movie or a cartoon comes out. It's like, oh hey, that's Juggernaut, and then the Juggernaut book gets expensive.
Right,
but you're always gonna have the Sentinels.
Yeah, they're a staple tentpole villain of the X-Men because they represent humanity's fight back against. I mean, they're an oppressive regime. They are the emotionless oppressors. That's the symbol that they are, and that's really it's very poignant.
And then there's also like they have a cool factor as well. They look cool. Remember in Marvel versus Capcom 2, you could play as the Sentinel.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It was like a weird color scheme too. It was like purple and blue. Yeah.
They have the kind of a humanoid type face almost, and it's
mutant detected.
Yeah. Then the
mutant detected.
Yeah.
Master
I feel
Mold.
like you almost can't think of the X-Men without thinking of the Sentinels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really.
They go hand in hand. That being said, awesome book. That is so cool.
No, I'm going for the title.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead. Yes, of course. Thank you. I respect that. But
while he's looking, do you have a top 5 X-Men that you want to see be brought to live action? Like if they're gonna make a new team, who should be in your mind? Like who you putting on that team?
Man, that's a heavy one. All right, so if I have to get live action, and I'm just gonna go just top of the head. First has to be Scott. He's the heart and soul of X-Men.
Yes.
Agreed.
No matter how many people love Wolverine, I love Wolverine. But I need Scott. He has to be there.
Solid.
Another one who's probably... I go back and forth on my favorites. Again, this is like my favorite color or day of the week. Beast. I need Hank McCoy. I love
I almost could have guessed that you were going to say Beast. I was like, that's a...
I feel like if I was going to cast you in X-Men, I think you might be
I've
Beast.
gotten that, so I'm kind of biased. Like, hey,
you're an educator.
Got
You're
that
really
Hank
big,
McCoy.
but you're also just really chill. I'm like, I'm Beast.
There we go.
Basically, so Hank McCoy, and then I'm a sucker for Gambit. So I need Gambit, and let's get some ladies on there.
The Gambi.
I need Storm. Storm is...
They're finally those Storm series right now in Marvel are blowing it out of the... I love that they've elevated her to where she should be.
Yes.
I love that in 97. I think she's the only one with their own theme.
Yeah.
Like when she comes out, she's about to rock stuff. She has a little theme
She has a theme.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, I have to lock in on that. Didn't notice.
Just
That's
that
cool.
first episode where she shows up and it just turns the desert sand to glass with her. It's like such aura.
I love that. Every now and then, just like the Sentinel, speaking of the Sentinels, Omega level threat detective just pops in my head.
Omega level threat detected.
Yeah.
I want people to hear that when I walk in the room. Like really.
Like a level threat detected. That needs to be like one of the an original audio on social media to stitch on a video or something. Yeah.
And then since we have Gambit, let's do Rogue.
Let's do Rogue.
Yeah.
That's solid. That's a solid team.
That's a solid 5 team.
I love that. That's a great team.
Oh my goodness, I didn't say Wolverine. Can I get 10? No,
Yeah, but there's more.
Well, sometimes we like to play a fun game where we'll throw a scenario at each other, and then we will recruit members from either DC or Marvel to
Nice.
Deal with that threat.
to help?
Yeah. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. It's a fun game.
Flood
But also,
and Aquaman.
let's be honest, if there is a character that's going to be missing from an X-Men lineup and doing random crap out in the middle of nowhere, it's Wolverine. He's going to be on his own mission doing
he could do
something
a
else.
standalone. I definitely see where
He'll
you're
do a
coming from there.
standalone, yeah.
He'll come in a little later.
Exactly.
What else we got? Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm
So
just
gonna put
looking
the
at it.
mic
And I'm
down
like,
I know, I wanna
like,
talk
what's
about it.
going on?
So I cheated, guys. I'm sorry. I brought 6 books, but give me 1 second.
That's okay. That's okay.
So this is the big boy. Let's put that over there.
Okay.
So these 2 are from. I know I've been talking a lot about X-Men and Absolute, but this is just my random. This is my favorite. One of my favorite runs. So I have first. We have Green
Yes,
Lantern
sir.
#1 from the Jeff Johns run.
See a little cert back there.
Yes, signed
Yep.
by Jeff Johns. And then we
Wow.
have issue 25. Let's see.
Look at that. There we go.
So
Cool.
That's beautiful.
X-Men was my introduction, right? My brother introduced me to it. I fell in love, and I was like, man, creativity is just where I want to go. You know what I'm saying? And I can't remember who recommended it or where I heard the recommendation, but I remember someone telling me, you have to read Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run.
Right.
And I grabbed it. I started with
generational.
Cold War. It is generational.
Yeah.
It is. I tell people all the time, I'm like, you think they made a Green Lantern movie because
No.
it's boring? No. Like, this thing was carrying comic books in like the 2000s era.
That had a chokehold on me, man.
Yeah.
The Green Lantern storyline with all the different Lantern Corps, getting into Blackest Night, Brightest Day, even the end of that was just so good.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But this is great. Yeah. We try to keep the Jeff Johns Green Lantern run stocked on the shelves.
Yeah, that's going to be on the
I have
shelf.
to ask, how does it do in the comic book stores?
Good.
Because I feel like when I recommend it to people, it's just super slept on.
Really? No, if people come in at all interested in Green Lantern, that's
We're
the
usually
that's the
missing.
one.
We're usually missing volumes 1 and 2 because people are buying them so often.
yeah. We're constantly
okay.
reordering that.
It's usually 3 and 4 that are people are reading the first 2 volumes to get to that point. But we also have there's different collected editions of you can get the compendium,
the complete collection,
collections. So it just depends on how you want to take it down. But we usually have some options for people.
Yeah. Is that all of John's run, the compendium?
The compendium is, and I know that the collected edition, it says it's 4 volumes.
Yeah,
it adds some of those things as well.
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because that's the first omnibus I ever read was Blackest Night.
Blackest
I
Night.
fell in love.
Yep.
Ethan Van Sciver, Ivan Reyes.
Do you think that there's any chance, and I know James Gunn has said that his first big event for DC is an event that hasn't been done before, hasn't been done. Do you think we might get Blackest Night? A zombie?
Maybe.
He loves horror. He loves that kind of, and if you're bringing back
So I keep thinking about the name of this chapter of storytelling. It's called Gods and Monsters.
yeah.
What does that pertain to in terms of the larger picture? Gods, is it just introductory, or is this does that mean where are we headed?
I mean, I'm hoping for
about
Blackest
that, yeah.
Night.
I mean, we have to see Lanterns first.
We gotta see Lanterns first.
We have to see what the heck is
See
going
what they're
on
doing,
there.
but we know that there's more than one.
Yes.
We know that Gaia exists. We know the Core exists.
Yeah, right,
So
right.
the Guardians of Oa are supposed to be in Lanterns. They're supposed to be
nice.
a part of Lanterns. So
I freaking hope so.
yeah, a pretty big part
it'd
of
be
the
a pretty
lore.
big thing to miss out on.
I know.
You know, you never.
That'll be for season 2.
I was about to say, you know, you know how in the day they put a TV show out called was it there's an example. It's if you watch a TV show back in the early 2000s or before that, and it was called Surf Dracula, right? Dracula would be on his surfboard surfing every episode. He'd be rock and rolling, doing adventures on a surfboard, right? Now you get Surf Dracula remake. It's a 6-episode series, and he doesn't get the surfboard till the end of episode 6.
Oh, you got to set up the next 3
and you're
seasons.
God, just give me Surf Dracula.
Yeah.
Give me Lanterns. I don't need a setup.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I'm let's not be afraid that these characters are superheroes.
They're superheroes.
And they wear costumes.
Yes.
It's okay to put them in the costume.
Put them in the costumes. Make them fly around space and beat up aliens.
No, he'll be in the costume.
we want.
He'll be in the costume in the last 5 minutes of the season finale. And you'll have a really good fight scene that you'll love, but
It's like those Michael Bay endings where it's you see the outfit and it's season 2 and it's come on,
the
bro.
Netflix Daredevil, they were constantly just
Tease.
let's not put him in the costume, or they have him in the costume in one episode and the next
They would get
episode
broken in the next one or
he
something.
just wouldn't wear it,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. What else? What else we got?
So this run just completely made me the hugest Green Lantern fan.
Love it. Signed. That's
to
great.
the point where, So the only thing about that one is it's signed, but I got it I bought it signed. I need to meet Jeff
You need to meet
and
Jeff
get
Johns.
my omnibus signed.
Okay.
This would be the next one, which kind of led me. This is Green Lantern number 7, the first appearance of Sinestro.
Sinestro.
So I brought the big boys out. I told you I'm going for the gold.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
You brought heat.
So this is actually a very important book for me for 2 reasons. So one, right, X-Men, that was kind of my brother's influence on me. Green Lantern is where like I expanded on my own.
Got it.
And I found something that I fell in love with.
Oh, very cool.
Also, I never thought I would ever buy a $400 book. I'm an educator. I don't come from that. I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
And so when I first got into collecting, I would watch YouTube videos, right? And I'm hearing these people like, oh, for only $800, you can get this in a 9.8. I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
great.
only $800. Oh, okay. Like, what are we doing? Are we eating caviar and like sipping champagne? Like, how are people affording these books?
Is this book gonna do my taxes for me? Like, what is this?
Like, is it making
We
a
were talking
sandwich?
about Pokemon card collectors and dropping money on that too. I was like, how do you
Oh man, I'll see these little kids in videos like, oh, that's $10,000. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm like, what? A little kid gonna
What?
pay $10,000 for that? That's crazy.
Yeah. Mom,
Like,
Dad?
I didn't know what that little kid does for work.
Right.
It's crazy.
Parents like, what is this for? It's Pokemon card. Okay. Only one.
yeah, only one $10,000 card today.
Today.
Wow.
But yeah, so this was kind of like that moment where I realized, like, hey, if I work hard enough and I discipline myself, I can get these books.
Yeah.
So I was at a great event that they have in the 562 area called Near Mint Sundays. Shout outs to my dude CJ who runs that event.
Nice.
What was it called again?
Near Mint Sundays.
Near Mint Sundays.
Yeah, so it's like, how would you say that? Biannually, so it's twice a year.
Okay.
And yeah, a lot of great sellers get together. And I thought I wasn't going to find this book, right? So I had done some spending before, and then finally I found it. And again, I'm a huge Green Lantern fan. I'm never going to afford the first Hal Jordan. So Sinestro's a good kind of, number 2.
Oh, yeah.
I love Sinestro so much. I think he's such a good character.
Great villain.
So I met the dude and I told him, this wasn't even on the wall. I was like, this should be on the wall. I don't know what you're doing. But I found it in the bin. And he had it at $450. And so, I like to do some haggling. I told him if he could do $375. He said, meet me at $400 cash. I said, all right, that's cool. So
Snagged it.
This is kind of where I was like, okay, discipline and understanding what do you want to collect. And if you can't afford a $500 book right now, don't worry about it.
No.
Work your way towards it if it's something you really want. Like Eli had mentioned before, I do sell books, right? But I'm not like just some goblin in the culture. Like I'm collecting,
Yeah.
Like,
Thank you.
I'm putting it back into my own collection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Right.
this is just a nice reminder of like I can't afford these books. It's just going to take time, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you're being smart with your resources,
Yeah.
but at the same
Don't
time,
spend your rent money.
don't miss out on the things that you love.
Yeah.
Like that's what money is for. It's to take care of yourself, to enjoy what you love.
Well, it's why, and it's real. That's good advice because on platforms like Whatnot, it's very easy.
It's very easy.
Oh yeah,
Very easy.
Just dropping money.
Yeah, very easy.
Actually, I was contemplating life after. I was like, okay, I need to put my phone in my backpack and just
I
not
work
have
at a
that.
comic book store.
and you're
What am I doing?
Just look around like, oh,
Oh no.
I'm doomed.
Speaking of Doom, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I won't jump into Doom. That's my guy.
So is this?
I see the last one here, and I
the
gotta.
last one. So again, I know I pulled out like, what I'm saying, I'm setting the bar high.
Yes.
But this book is more so sentimental to me. This is the first appearance of Cable in a 5.5 graded. So I know some people will probably be like, oh, that's a $50 book, that's a $100 book. This book to me is priceless. This is my brother's book. So my brother, rest in peace. He passed away from medical issues when I was younger, but I do all my collecting because of him. You know what I'm saying? So I could have $1 million book. This is the most important book in my collection.
That's never going away.
I love that.
I got it graded not because I want a 9.8, but it was just it's my brother's. I want to make sure I take care of it.
Yeah.
I'm not really like a grading guy. Do you guys collect graded books?
I have 2 graded books. That's
ones?
that.
I wouldn't say it's a priority, but I like
same.
graded books.
There's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, I have 2 graded books, and I think they're both. I got them for my wife because she really likes Elsa Bloodstone, and I
nice.
found 2 graded books for like $50 from
cool.
Elsa Bloodstone. I was like, this will look cool on the wall,
Yeah, no,
but I don't really collect graded. It's just
Same.
That could change.
It could change.
Yeah.
I've never sent anything off for grading either, so
Yeah.
I hear that's a little bit
Kind of a hassle.
or risky, or I don't know. If you guys know out there how to do it safely, I guess dropping it off at a con is what a lot of people have told me. Like is the way to do it, but this is the reason to get something graded.
Yeah.
Ultimately, like it means something to you. It's personal to you.
Preservation.
Preservation.
Yeah.
Keeping something like that valuable beyond money.
Yeah.
There's a price.
Like, this is something I want to hand out to my son when
Yeah.
it's his time. Be like, hey, this was your uncle's book, man. And all this fun stuff that you see on the wall is because of him.
Yeah.
Because of him.
That's why I keep his legacy alive.
Well,
Man.
thanks for sharing that with us. Yeah, I love that. It's just reminding me about how cool this medium is, and it's like the sentimental value of just a comic book can just go beyond liking a story or the artwork. Having someone gift you a book like this, especially like a family
Means the
member.
world.
Yeah, that's huge. So thanks for sharing that with us. That's awesome.
These stories matter. The people that love these stories matter.
Yeah.
We're a stronger community if we remember those things.
I want to say like this is what it's about.
Yeah.
Really.
100%.
We really appreciate you coming, man.
Yeah.
Talking about your
Appreciate you guys
stuff,
having
showing
me,
us
man.
off.
It
That was great. And
Always
then,
Check out Zachary on his socials. Please give him a follow and a like. Got lots of cool stuff coming down the pipeline for Hero Panel as well. Maybe looking forward to some con videos at some point. We'll see. We'll see maybe what we can get.
Yeah, we got a Comic-Con coming up in San Diego here.
Oh,
Might be
nice.
making
There you
an
go.
appearance.
I think I might
so
have
we'll
heard of that before.
It's new.
Oh, okay.
They just kind of started. It's in San Diego.
Yeah, there's this place called Hall H. I don't know.
I don't think it's going to take off, but we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Thanks for watching, guys.
All right.
Oh, that was great.